Hey everyone, happy Friday. I hope that you had a good week. I missed you guys. I was actually going to try to do a video yesterday, and for the same reasons it's not a good day today. John, who you'll hear the door, he's coming in and out. He is working on our floors. You know, a while ago he did our hallway, and now he's doing Will's room, which is not easy because he's having to take up the carpet and the furniture and everything as he goes. And so actually I zoomed him in a little closer today because I have just gobs of stuff out here that we just brought out of their room, and out of Will's room, and a lot of Brooke's stuff is in there when she's too let's say tired to take it upstairs. A big thing of shoes and stuff like that. So we're going to go through that today and get rid of some of it. And I'm going to wash all the bedding before I put it back. So I decided to zoom in closer so I wouldn't have all that mess behind me. Also, before I forget, when I was doing my eyebrows today, and I will go ahead and show you what I did them with, I went to Ulta yesterday, and I cannot remember if I've ever bought this before, but if I have, I cannot remember. I don't have it around and I couldn't find it. But it is the Anastsia Brow Wiz, and it's in, I think I went to buy it and they were out of my color. But it's in the color medium ash, and it has the little teeny tiny spoolie on the end, and just a, you know, you've seen these before, just a tiny little, tiny, probably the tiniest one, even smaller than the Dior. And I used it today, and I was going to try to do my eyebrows real precise, so I put the magnifying part of my mirror on, and I realized that my eyebrows, I wanted you to tell me, do you think that they're getting too thick? Because now that I have just let them grow, I have not even been plucking them at all. Like, if there's like a crazy stray hair out here or something, I'll pluck it, but typically I used to pluck a lot more like in there. Tell me what you think. Are they taking too much? I feel like they might be taking over my eyelids too much. You have to tell me what you think. I need your advice. John wouldn't be able to tell me. And I'm scared if I just walk into some place to get them done, of course they're going to think I need, you know, some work done. So anyway, let me know what you think about that. And so far so good on this. I really like a powder, probably the best. I really like that Laura Mercier deep blonde. And I always love using the Anastsia Blonde Brow Gel. That's what I used over my brows today. But I just wanted to try this. So many people like it, and I can see why, because you can really get precise with this and just add a few little strokes that make a big difference. I like it better than the Dior. The Dior is just not my favorite. I've tried and tried to like it. I guess it's a good thing because it's so expensive and it runs out pretty quick, so I hear. But it is a little too taupey and powdery, I think, for me. It just almost puts on too much at one time, but I really like that. So, and this is going to be all over the place because I just have a big pile of stuff here. Oh, I hadn't even told you. We ended up going, both his sisters, Linda and Lana, came down with their husbands, and we all went to Myrtle Beach and stayed in that hotel I was telling you about. And so many people asked me the name of that hotel, and I cannot even remember it says it was voted #1 for families, but I think it might be Coral Beach, or that might be something off of SpongeBob. I'm not sure, but I think it was called the Coral Beach. Hey John, yeah. What was the name of that hotel?
Coral Beach Resort.
Okay, Coral Beach Resort. I didn't know if that was something off of SpongeBob. So anyway, needless to say, the weather was bad, so we didn't get to hit the pool like we wanted to. But we went out to eat a bunch of times, and then one of the days, Linda, Brooke, and I went shopping. Lana is one of those people I can't believe don't like to shop, so I think she laid out by the pool. And so we did hit the CCO. I had a couple of things on my mind. I wanted to look for the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow in Naked because I love it, and so many of you liked it when I had it on last week, and it's discontinued. I cannot find it anywhere. It wasn't at either CCO, and I can't find it, you know, so it's basically like Wedge, something like Wedge or Urban Decay Naked. It was just a little bit warmer. I just really like it. And so you will notice that because I was paying so much attention to Bobbi Brown, I got several Bobbi Brown things, and I'll go ahead and show them to you. I was into their palettes, and I barely took any makeup down there with me. I didn't take any eyeliner. any concealer. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I was in that minimal mode that you get into sometimes. And so I used a lot of this and really liked it. I used this today, matter of fact. This is a palette, and I don't know if it's even worth showing you because you might not be able to get them anymore. Here's our trash guy. This is the Party Eye palette, but the shadows it has in it are Bone, Champagne Quartz, Pebble, Pink Blaze is one of my favorite ones, Copper Sand, and Black Chocolate. And this color right there is the Pink Blaze, and it is just a beautiful, if you want a no makeup look, but just you need a little something in the crease. I've worn that a couple of times like that, and it just looks beautiful. It gives you just enough to go in your crease, and you know, nothing more, you know. And then that, you can see I've already put a little dent in that. I use that today in my crease, along with, I think, that and a little bit of that, and the Bone. I used this whole palette today. So, love that. And everything is, you know, cheaper at the CCO. I think 20% or more. Not to mention you get things that are discontinued. And what happens is, and I'm sure most of you know this, but for those of you that don't, say a product comes out to, you know, Bobbi Brown sends a palette out, like this one's called Pretty Powerful, and they will leave it out, and a lot of counters will just sell out of it, and a lot of counters won't, and they'll do like, I think it's called an RTD, return to distributor, and that's where the counter, all the ones that weren't sold, will send it back to the company. And so I guess the company too might have some more left, and then they will send it out to this cosmetics company outlet store to sell for a cheaper price. And then you can still also get things that are just their main products. So I'm not really sure about how that one works. But this palette is really pretty. It's the best way to do this. It's got this really pretty plum, I think it's just called Plum Blush. And you can see I've used the lip glosses. Those are Pink Pudding, Pink Bouquet, and Powerful Pink. And then Navajo and Burnished Rose eyeshadow. Rose Gold, which is one of the ones I was anxious to get because I've had that before and I loved it, but mine kind of got that hard coating on the outside where it makes it almost impossible to use. I don't know what makes that happen sometimes. And then what is this color? Chocolate Caviar. So I just love, I've gone full circle with Bobbi Brown. That was one of the first ones I really got into, and then I kind of got into MAC, and oh, you know, MAC's shadows are so much more pigmented and this and that, but then I've realized that sometimes it's just easier to work with these shadows, and they're just a softer look than some of the MAC shadows. Not that I don't still love my MAC shadows, but you know what I mean. I really started to appreciate these. Okay, and this is a palette that, I don't know what it's called, the Bellini Lips and Eyes palette, and it's a neat palette. First of all, it has 2 brushes, and then it has these lip glosses. I don't think you care about all that, but those lip glosses, and then you pull this down, like, or do you pull it up? Yeah, you pull it up, and then it has all of those eyeshadows, including the black and just, okay, let's see, the eyeshadows are Navajo, Truffle, Candlelight Gold, Bellini, Bronze Shimmer, Petal, Cement, or Cement, Brown Sugar, what this one is it Prosecco, and then Caviar. And then the lip glosses were Bubble Bath, Chrome Pink, Bellini, and Bear. And it's just a beautiful palette. You could just take this with you and go anywhere. Okay, so I don't know if that was it. I think I got some, yeah, here they are. I got some lipsticks from Bobbi Brown too at one of the other CCOs. This is the bag that you get. And then this was just in my car and I pulled it out. It's the Nude Attitude from Revlon. That's a good one. Okay. Let's see what I got here. Oh, I got this lip liner. I can remember going to the counter over and over again asking them if they had this, and they said, well, I think we discontinued it. So I never did get it, and it was the Bobbi Brown lip liner in Candy. And it's just a hot pink. It's probably a lot like Rose, the Dior Candy Rose, like I have on today, but I've just been told this was a really, really good one. I mean, looks like it might be a little bit lighter. So I picked that. So I got 3 of their lipsticks, and they're all basically typical Bobbi Brown lipsticks, real beigey, but they were 3 different formulas, and when I swatched them on my hand, they were very different. And this one's called Beige Gold, number 29, and it's the rich lip color. It's kind of light. And I will swatch them off for you. That one's probably going to be too light. Maybe, I'll have to see. I haven't even swatched them on my lips. Haven't tried them on yet. And let's see, Nude Beige, number 61. And this one is just the lip color, Rouge. Is this the same kind? I thought they were different formulas. Now this is a different one. That one's really pretty. A nice, pretty beige. And that one has some good color. I always love that beige that has a little bit of warmth to it. And then this one, I think I really like. This one is the creamy lip color. And this one is in Baby, number 19. And I think I liked this one the best. So you can see that one has a little bit more color and shine. That one's going to look really pretty on. So I'm not sure if these are still available. If I had to guess, this Baby might be, because I think this is one of the formulas they just came out with. And I had to go wash that off. Okay, yesterday I ran into CVS and they had a few more of these left at that CVS. Every other one I've been to has been just sold out, but I picked up one more, so I've got a couple of backups now. They had even more, but I thought, you know, matter of fact, the other ones looked kind of funky, like they might be older, so I didn't get those. But then I did pick up, this is the new formula, and they did not really replace the Peach Petal. They have a coral and then a light pink, and then this is their natural one. I can't remember what it's called, and I certainly can't read it, but it's the nude one. And I like it, and the formula's real good, but I'm still upset that they took that away. Might have been it for the CCO for me. Of course, Brooke got some stuff, but I can't even remember. Seems like she got a Bobbi Brown lip and cheek tint and some stuff like that. But going back to Ulta, yesterday I picked up a set of the Real Technique brushes to put in a gift box I have going out, and then they had, it was buy one get one half. So I picked up this brush. It's the Expert Face Brush, and I've seen a lot of people use this with cream, like cream bronzers or, you know, cream products. And so I grabbed it. And I was going to wait until my skincare video. Matter of fact, I also picked up the, Brooke and I love that big, of course you can get the small ones for $10, but we get that big thing of Pureology, just the simple one, the white one. I can't remember. I'll put the name down here. But even when I take my makeup off with eye makeup remover and I get in the shower, I like to take a little bit of that Pureology and wash over my face and like my chest and neck and everything, and then I'll still, you know, wash my face with one of the glycolic cleansers or something, but it just feels good to get your makeup off with that. And it smells so good. And yesterday, my friend Olivia that works at Ulta was there, and she said that it's really good to wash your brushes with. She said it makes them really clean and soft. But she had given me, when I bought the cleanser from the Derma Doctor, she had given me a nice sample of the Photodynamic Therapy Liquid Red Light Eye Lift Lotion. And this bottle is $65, so that was the reason I wanted to try it before I bought it. And I love it. I've been using it, and I really like it. It says, clinical studies show lifts and tightens sagging lids, visibly reduces appearance of under eye fat bags, and temporary relaxation of fine lines and crow's feet. Additionally works to increase elasticity and firmness. Anyway, all that kind of good stuff. Yeast amino acids, glycol, glycerin, a whole bunch of ingredients. And the directions are apply to clean dry area each morning for use on upper eyelid, under eye area, and crow's feet regions of the eye. Follow with cosmetics if desired. And that's the point I wanted to make. That's 2 good points I wanted to make. I liked the fact that you can layer over it quickly. It goes in real quickly. It doesn't leave a funky finish, either too waxy or too greasy. It just sinks right in and makes your eye area feel real resilient and just really good. And that's why I think that Benefit concealer might have been too much, because my under eyes are really, you know, hydrated with this. And I like the fact that it is made to put on my eyelid. So I put it all on my eyelid and work it all the way up to my eyebrow, and it doesn't get in my eyes or make my eyes water or anything. It feels good. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it might have helped my eyelids a little bit, at least not be so dry. And we know that dry and crepey are kind of go together. So it's $65, but I really think it's worth it. And most all eye creams are, you know, right about that much. And here is the container. So I guess it comes out. I'm still using my sample. It was such a good sample. But I'll probably go ahead and open this. But she uses the, Olivia was saying she had been using the glycolic mask, exfoliating mask, and she said it was so strong that she couldn't even use it every week. She was having to do it every other week. So if you're looking for something like that, I like this line. I'm really going to pay attention to it and see what they've got. Okay, and then I was watching a video yesterday. It just happened to be one of those on the side that said perfect eyeliner every time, perfect wing liner or something. And it was Goss, makeup artist, and he was showing how to do your makeup, your winged liner with a pen. And I did it yesterday and it was beautiful. I didn't do it today because yesterday I did it with Brooks. We went to that little Sephora in JCPenney's. They were out of everything I wanted, it seemed like, but we did get that Kat Von D Trooper eyeliner pen, and it's awesome. And I used it yesterday to do it, but I've already given it back to Brooke. And I bought this one. It's the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. And it is, the reason Olivia had said that she liked this, and when she told me why, it made me want to get it. She said you can make a thicker line easier. It's not as thin as some of them. Some of them are just too thin. Like the, can't remember if it was the Hourglass or the, I think it's the Lorac pen that is so thin you can just barely, that snaps good. But so I am going to put the link to that video that I saw, because the way he did it made it so easy. You just kind of lay that pen where it's supposed to go and put your head back and pull over, and it just makes the perfect wing. And then he even finishes the rest of his with powder. You can do it however you want, but so that's why I got this. And I have some other, like the Jordana pen, but it's not as flexible on the ends. I think you almost need one that you can lay down and then swipe over. But that Kat Von D, if you have access to that, make a good one. In this. I do, okay. Okay, so this is 2 things I just did not want to forget to mention while I was out here. This, I misplaced this lip gloss and could not, so many of you asked me, evidently I told you the wrong name for this Trish McAvoy lip gloss in either the last tutorial or the one before it. So I found it last night. It had rolled back in one of my drawers, and it's called Flawless Lip Color in Infatuation. So that is, I think I put it over something. It's a real good, just nudie. Oh no, something's coming out. Okay, I'll swatch it for you. It's a nudie color, but with some bronzy, mauve-y tones. Just really pretty. And I bought that a while ago when they were doing an event at my the hair salon I used to go to. And then what else was something? Oh, this is it. This is limited edition, and actually my Belk's counter was sold out of it yesterday. She was, she was saying, we were talking about, I don't know what we were talking about, bronzers or something, and she was saying how much, oh, I know what I was talking about. Now I'll go ahead and show you. Remember when I was telling you about this? This is that great big bronzer that I wanted, and I found it at there's another place, not the CCO, at the outlet mall, that sells Kiehl's, YSL, Giorgio Armani, Lancome, all those brands, and they sell those at discounted prices. And it's not, they don't have as much variety, but it's still, they have good stuff. And they had these bronzers that I was looking for half price. So I got this for 20 bucks. And I've already used it so much that I've gotten, it had that little bamboo design on it, but I've already kind of worn it off by using it. I just love it. So when I was telling her that I found that, she was telling me how much she liked this. And I said, you know, I already got it, because I had gotten mine at Dillard's and they were sold out. But this is that palette I showed you last week, the Star Bronzer palette. I have just loved this. You can see how much I've used it already. I used it today. That blush is gorgeous, the bronzer is gorgeous, and the highlight. And what I was trying to get out in my last video, and I interrupted myself and never went back to it, is these are so creamy. They're not real powdery, and you still can't see the pigmentation, but they're just beautiful, and they're real easy to work with. So if this interests you, go ahead and get it before it's gone, because they're limited edition. I told you I was going to be all over the place. When we were at Sephora, the things I wanted that they were out of were, I wanted to try the Nars concealer out of the color that I needed. Then I wanted to try the Kat Von D, I just got a text from my mom, the Kat Von D foundation, the tattoo foundation. Well, she said they never got in the color that I needed, but she did give me a sample of, she had the tester, just not the product, so she gave me a sample of that and then another color. And I tell you, I have been just using my neutral Rachel K. I went from the fair to the neutral, which we have all the colors back in stock now. We got our shipment of Rachel K on Monday, so if you were waiting, we've got it. And I'll put the link to my blog store down below. And so I've been using neutral instead of fair, and then putting that Laura Mercier Rich Vanilla over it with no liquid, and that's what I've been wearing. And I've gotten several compliments. Matter of fact, I stopped by my mom's yesterday. She had some squash for us, and she immediately complimented me on my makeup. So loving that Rich Vanilla. And but anyway, I can't remember what else they were out of. I think I wanted a Makeup Forever lipstick they were out of, and something else. But anyway, I picked this up, and I'm not even sure I got the right color, but it was that one. I was trying to pick the one that Laura off of MM&L, Laura and Michelle, that she was saying she loved, and it's one of those shadow sticks, the Nars, and I believe it's called Hollywood Land. I'm not sure, but it's the just the goldy one that's good for, she uses it on her lid. I haven't really messed with it that much, but I really usually like all of these Nars pencils. Then yesterday I picked up this from NYX. It was in the eyebrow pencil little category, and it's called Velvet, and it reminded me of MAC Power Surge, but I got it, and it's really pretty, and I used it in my waterline today just to add a little bit of something on the bottom. You know, it's similar to that one that Lindsay got me, the Avon Super Shock. Not quite as soft and a little bit darker, but anyway, I just think it's pretty for the waterline, and I don't know if you'd use that in your eyebrow. But anyway, I like that too. And then I showed you the Stila. I picked up this shadow when it was on the half off table at that little outlet. It's Giorgio Armani, a little number 36. It's just a little cream shadow. I guess I couldn't resist the fact that it was only like $8 or something, because it's their discount and then half of their discount. And they had all kinds of Kiehl's and YSL, and I think I actually did buy they had every kind of Lancome mascara. I bought the Hypnose, and that's what I used today, along with my lashes, just because I didn't feel like messing with, my nerves were already shot. I didn't feel like messing with them. But okay, so I'll stop that. And yesterday when I ran out, I had watched a video and seen a really pretty picture of Sandra. It's TT Sandra here on YouTube. And she was showing some of, I think she did a haul, and she showed this Clinique Chubby Stick shadow tint for eyes. And really, again, I was bad. I need to write it down, but I'm not sure if it was this one or the more taupey one that she showed, but I thought this one would be better probably for me, and it's the 03 Fuller Fudge. And It's just, you know, but she said that they were really, she thought it was really easy to work with, and I thought it was pretty too. I thought it would be good to do one of those looks where you kind of, no liner or anything, you kind of just put it on and then you kind of put it all around your eye just with mascara. And but it does blend out real pretty. When she put it on, it made me think I might like it. It might be something easy. And then another thing, this is what, I'm using up my makeup remover here. Another thing that she had on in one of her Instagram pictures was this. And I had already bought one of these, I believe, in the dark chocolate, the espresso, and I really liked it. So when she said that she was wearing this, I grabbed this yesterday at Ulta, and it is the Infallible eyeshadow, kind of like the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill, and it is the number 890 bronzed taupe. And I haven't used it yet because I just got it, but it's really pretty. And she had it on, she said she even had it in her drugstore favorites, a video I watched today, and she said that she liked to put it on with her finger and then take the brush and blend it out. And it was really pretty. These are really nice. I like these. They're not sparkly. They have that sheen to them, but they seem to be, as a matter of fact, my dark one doesn't have any sheen to it at all. I think it's pretty flat. Okay, it looks like this is going to be a long video. So what I might do is, I've got two, not gifts, but kind of like swaps or something that I wanted to show you, and a few pieces of clothes that I got when we went to Myrtle Beach. So I might do those, make a separate video. So yesterday when I went to the mall, I went to the Chanel counter, and my friend Natalie on here, Flower Bomb 31, had sent me a message saying that I needed this lipstick. It is the Rouge Cocoa, not the Cocoa Shine, but just the regular Rouge Cocoa, and it came out in that last collection, and it's number 48 Cinnamon, and it's just a, like a kind of I don't know, it looks more tan on here, but it's really kind of like a rosy nude. I don't know how to say, a fleshy nude. It was really pretty when you put it on. It's much prettier on than you would think. So it's definitely one of those colors I want you to try on before you get it, because it might not be enough color for you, but I thought it was really pretty. And then I bought this brush, which I have not used, but I think I am going to love it. Because I don't know if you have ever watched Michelle and Laura on the MM&L show, but when she does her makeup, Michelle, she always uses a brush that looks kind of like this. When she does that, when she buffs out her, like she'll put a line of gel liner and then kind of buff it out. And I always wondered where she got that brush, because, you know, my angled brushes weren't that long. And I remembered this brush. It is the, on the box it says that it is the angled eyeshadow brush. But on the actual brush it says cream eyeshadow. And Gretchen, that works at the Chanel counter, said that it was made for and perfect for those little cream Chanel shadows. Not the cream, but you know what I mean, the like Mirifique and all of those. So I think I'm going to love this, and I think it's very unique. I don't have another brush like that, and I think it'll be perfect for, you know, smudging out that line and having just a little bit more give than like a liner brush or a brow brush would. And even a smudger brush, it's just not as, I like that it's softer. So I have to let you know, I use it in a tutorial, and I know I owe you, or I want to do some tutorials for you soon, but I'll just have to wait till John goes back to work and everything kind of calms down a little bit. So that from the Chanel counter. And then I had already picked up one of these that I forgot to even show you last week or the week before. And I picked up the one that's called Pink. It's a light pink. I'll put the name down here, and or at least the number, because I think once you throw the box away you don't know the name. Well, I could look it up, so I'll put the name down here. And I like it so much. Let me see if it's in my purse. It was. I had it on yesterday, and matter of fact, I meant to post an Instagram picture, so I'll post it today so you can see what it looks like on. But it's these Gloss in Love. Oh my goodness. I just thought, I didn't really think much of it. I just thought it was a pretty color, and I wanted to try the new formula, but has this little thing that you push and the wand kind of pops out. And then it has this, I thought was going to be very gimmicky little, you know, applicator. And it just hugs right to your lips when you put it on, and it lasts a long time. It's not really sticky. It feels really like velvety and soothing on your lips, like not slicky, not sticky, but balmy. I mean, it just feels really, really good. And that's a really pretty color. And I looked at, bless her heart, the girl at the counter just almost swatched every color for me, because there's not like distinct, there's a lot of them that look similar. And but I did notice that some are way more pigmented than others. And so I ended up getting one that is more pigmented than that one. And this one's called Peach Show. And it says, it says sparkling lip glaze cocooning feel. Huh, isn't that interesting? Because it does, it really wraps on your lips and stays. And this one I haven't worn yet, but it is just a, let's see, and it just pops out. I will swatch it right beside this Chanel. But it had a lot of that kind of peachy pink, but like that 60s pink type color, where it's like a milky peachy pink color, and just really pretty. I mean, they're enough on their own that you don't need lip liner or lipstick underneath them. So love that. And I think that is it for this video. So I'll end this and then start a new one.